Hello, everybody. We got Mike in the truck here. Oops, and we've got. Let's not do that, as I'm monitoring to make sure we're on. We've got Mike in the truck here. There we go. I have to do the opposite. There's Mike in the truck.
I'm actually in my living room right now, but yes.
Right,
Mike
you're in your living room, but we like to say Mike in the truck from Pro Strategy Football, creator of Mod creator for Pro Strategy Football, but he's here to talk about all kinds of stuff. We might even talk a little Superman and Lois Lane.
We were talking Superman and Lois before we hit up here.
Before we hit the air. So
I got to say, because I was telling now.
Yeah.
I'm not into superhero shows. I'm not into anything like that. And hello, Sean D.
Hello, Sean D.
I'm not into any of that, but some people were saying on the internet, on like Facebook, said, you're not going to believe this, but this show is actually really good. So I'm like, okay. And I started watching. I'm hooked. I was stunned. It's done like a family drama. I'm not going to give anything away, but it's actually worth the watch.
Did you ever watch Gotham? Because I actually like Gotham.
Again, I'm not into. But the concept behind it sounded legit, but I'm just not into that.
It's not the typical, because I'm not a superhero kind of watcher either, but they did it well. And Nurse Teresa, I got her hooked on. I mean, I watched all of them already, but it's on Netflix, so she's watching, she's into it. And I'll watch certain episodes if it's Penguin heavy, because he's my favorite character. I feel he's just misunderstood. And he does a few bad things, but I'm just saying he's misunderstood.
A few?
Yeah, a few. But yeah, it's nice to have you on, Mike. So
thank you. I like the Tim Burton movies, the one with Michael Keaton, and I will say that the Dark Knight trilogy was different, but it was actually really, really good.
Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was good as a Joker.
Okay, gosh. I like Heath Ledger versus Jack Nicholson.
I liked Heath Ledger.
Oh my goodness.
You know what happened with the Jack?
My wife just said Jack Nicholson.
Your wife's going with Jack Nicholson. How's she doing? She doing okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Good. We'll leave it at that. Good.
Good.
I forgot to ask you before.
It's okay.
I liked Heath Ledger. I really did.
Oh no, he was great.
He was, the classic. Oh, I don't have a pencil, but he did it with a. Oh
yeah, the conch.
You want to see a pencil disappear? Like, he's horrible, but he's so funny.
But the thing about him is, the best Joker voice, Mark Hamill. The end.
Yeah, the animation. I heard that.
Yeah, I'm not even big on animations or anything like that. Yeah, but he's one of many, but he's most known for of the others that do that voice. He's most known. But I saw him interviewed, and he was like, he didn't think he was going to get that role, and he was afraid that they were going to be like, we don't want the hero Luke Skywalker being the bad guy, the Joker.
People loved him as that, though.
Oh, they did. He was afraid. I saw him interviewed, and then he was like, and his friends came to do you realize that you're going to have to try to outdo Jack Nicholson? He was like, oh my God, I forgot all about Jack Nicholson.
But I heard people, because people love that animated show. And again, I didn't watch it. My nephews loved it, and they said the same thing. They said he was the voice.
Bits and pieces, thumbing channels back in the day. I remember.
I like Gotham. Gotham was fun. I like Gotham. Do you know what
superhero show that I actually liked? This is 2021. It's 20 years old. It was on TNT. It came out in '99. There was a made-for-TV movie called Witchblade.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yancey Butler. It was based off of I didn't know this. I watched it because I like Yancey Butler.
Yeah.
And it actually came out in 2000. And in 2001, there was a series, and it was all on TNT, and it was the highest rated highest rated show that TNT had, but it only lasted 2 years.
I don't remember that.
It was dark. And it was really, really, the first season was well thought out. Because the second season was more episodic, but the first one you had to keep watching every episode because it was so much was being revealed. And it's about a cop named Sarah Pazzini who gets an amulet that's called Digitabula Magi. It's also called the Witchblade, and there are different names throughout their history. And what it does is It can only be worn by a woman because it considers women more elemental and closer to nature. It's a quote from the film, from the series.
Yeah.
And there's a guy, Jeremy Irons, who is a power broker who's trying to control whatever woman has.
Jeremy Irons was in that show?
No, not Jeremy. No. The character's name was, his name was Kenneth Irons. It's the character, not the actor. No, not the actor. Roger Daltrey was in a couple episodes as the devil. What? It was weird, but he was good.
I could see that.
The guy who was in Burn Notice before he became known for that was in an episode.
The lead actor.
Yes, not Bruce Campbell. Oh, he was. Yeah, he's good.
Love Burn Notice, by the way. Burn Notice was with
watched every episode.
Fun show
when it aired. Yeah, it was.
Bruce Campbell was awesome. Anyway, go back.
Oh yeah, Bruce Campbell said, I saw him interviewed. And people were like, "How come your show?" It was if you ever saw Jack of All Trades.
Did you ever see, before we want to talk good Bruce Campbell? We'll get back. Bubba Hotep, highly recommend.
Yes, Don Coscarelli film, and it was Ozzie Davis. It was Ozzie Davis's last film before he passed.
Oh, was it? Because
he
thought he was John F. Kennedy.
Right, and you know what? The way they made it at the end, he was John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, and and Bruce Campbell thought he was Elvis. It was, and they were like in this.
But he was Elvis.
Yes,
he was Elvis. He traded places with an Elvis impersonator, the Elvis impersonators who died, and he really was Elvis. I gave away the plot, or some of the plot.
No, you didn't give away. Highly recommend Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, actually, Don Coscarelli,
my Tribe fan.
Yeah, hi Tribe fan. Don Coscarelli made my all-time favorite horror movie, Phantasm.
Oh, that's scary. I won't watch that. That had the blades thingies, right?
The ball with the blades that came out.
Yeah.
And they've actually made 5 of those. They finished it. And I've actually met A. Michael Baldwin, and he was like a really, really cool guy. He autographed. I had an old MGM version of the DVD of the film, and he autographed the cover on the inside. He was a really, really, really nice guy. He made that movie. But Witchblade. Oh yeah, Digital Dice. Witchblade. That was when it comes to, and I actually have the DVD box set. I told a friend of mine, I'm watching the show called Witchblade. He says, "Oh, based off the comic book." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, it's a comic book." I'm like, I had no idea. He said, "Yeah, it's actually it's an indie comic book company, and it's exploded." And I had no idea. If can I ask? Can I share my screen? I was going to show. We talked
absolutely.
This morning. Folks, I wanted to show you something here. I dug this up.
What's with Aller about?
And I'm doing this off of DOSBox. And whoops, let me get to the window. Okay, here we go. And
email.
How come it didn't share? Do you see it?
Yep, I'm going to do it right now.
Oh, there it goes.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right, what you're looking at is an old game. It's run off a DOSBox. This was IBM Pro League Baseball.
Very cool. Look at this animation for it's still good animation. Is that
what?
The Braves?
I've loaded
Tony
84. I loaded the 84 Red Sox.
Red Sox in Detroit.
And the 85 Lions. And let me go over here.
Tigers.
Pardon me, Lions. Tigers. Sorry.
I know.
Here comes the windup and the pitch.
Pretty cool game.
No, I can speed up the animation. But
that's a gap shot.
Oh, is that
that's gone. Upper deck.
It might be. Nope. He's out. This game,
I think that's really cool. That's fun.
Let me speed it up a little bit. If I can.
And you can call your pitches. That's really cool.
Yes, you can. And it's also restricted to what the pitcher
actually threw.
Yeah. So
it is.
Look, a batter on deck is Kurt Gibson right now. Yeah. Lou Whitaker is at the plate.
Yeah. So could you guess zone to hit?
I'm sorry. Could you?
It's his location, like the batter's box. Could you guess the zone to try it?
It's if you want to throw it like the middle. It's how you
Gotcha.
want the ball to throw. You want to throw a little bit higher, a little bit lower, left,
Gotcha.
right,
That's for calling pitches.
right,
Cool.
right. But this game, if anybody remembers IBM NFL Pro League football, there was an IBM NFL Pro League baseball. And this game came with every team from 1903
Hi, Todd B.
to 1995. It came with every single team on the disc. You didn't have to buy it separate. It was
Here's what
all
Todd
there.
Mike, here's what Todd says. Wow, that's better than Sam. And they have had years to work on graphics. LOL.
But I was thinking about, if I can get this to work right, I was thinking about doing a replay of the 75 World Series.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. But
you need to announce it.
I'm not announcing it.
Oh, you got to announce it.
Nah, I'm not announcing it.
That'd be fun.
No. But I mean, it's really cool. I mean, with all the teams it comes with, I mean, it just comes with all these teams.
Now you have to use this with the DOS box, though, correct?
Yeah, because this came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, the newest team is 95, so that's when Atlanta won the series, their only win. So, and you can actually type in.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob. You can actually type in as an editor where it's a number cruncher, so you can type in all their data and all the statistics, and you can build your own teams, and you can go
going forward.
Yeah, you go to Pro Baseball Reference and build your own. And
cool. So again, it has animation for people who don't understand. It has animation, but it is a sim. It is not a video game. It is a numbers cruncher.
It's a number cruncher. It's like Action PC Baseball, for example, or Out of the Park
Baseball.
Except
with better graphics.
Yeah, this is 95. Well, it's actually called Pro League Baseball 97. I think it came out in 96 though. But that was just a name. But yeah, okay, Red Sox won tonight. Yeah, wait a minute. Did they play? I thought when their game postponed,
they lost. There was a delay. I didn't even check. I was watching Shark Week, so I was enjoying Shark Week. Would you like Shark Week?
I can't answer. I don't know. If I had a chance to watch it, I watch it. I give it a
There's nothing greater than watching a great white shark jump out of the water and hit that fake little thing and come breaching. It's awesome. Awesome.
You know, my wife and I have been watching.
What?
It's on the History Channel, and boy, is it addictive. We haven't watched it in a while, so we need to. It's the food. Oh, what is it called?
Where food comes from, like how
the something that fed the food that fed America, or something like that. I just blanked out what it was called, and it's a history of the food companies in the United States.
Those are fun. Hi, Robbie. Shark Week's been awesome.
But I mean, they talk about the history of the Hershey Company. Coke,
those are good.
McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, like Colonel Sanders was started by making chicken by himself in a gas station, and it sold really well. And he was getting all these hello Beatles, and he was getting.
He's a big baseball fan. He's probably loving this.
Yeah, if you can find a copy. Actually, you know what? I know that there are illegal copies. You can probably go.
There's nothing illegal in the world.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Okay. I actually talked to the program. I was like, I want to run this off a DOS box, and I don't want to use my CD-ROM. And a lot of computers now don't come with it, and so there is a configuration file.
Hi, Bearsden.
Hello, Bearsden. There's a configuration file where it's written to the mother directory of the game that's on your hard drive, and you just change it. If you copy the entire CD into its own directory on your hard drive, and then you go into the config for the game and you repoint it from, like, say, instead of drive D. Hey, Bob, instead of drive D, you put it on the C drive in its given directory. It'll just do everything off the hard drive. So that's how I'm running this. I'm running it without using I have the disk, and I own the disk. I bought the disk. It's nothing illegal I have here. It's just the way I have it set. Even the programmer told me how to do it. So
that's cool.
Oh, look at that dive. He made a dive.
Yeah. It's pretty funny animation.
Yeah,
I think
they're just throwing the ball back and forth.
so. So I've not watched Loki yet. I've seen some. Is that on Disney or Hulu?
It's Disney Plus.
I got rid of Disney, but it looked cool. I saw a commercial.
I saw the first episode of Loki.
Now, is he a bad guy who you like though? I like bad guys who I can like.
Well, the thing about Loki, is, I mean, in the original Avengers film, he's telling everybody to bow down before him, and I'm like kind of laughing. I'm like, you are not General Zod. Yeah. Nobody's topping Terrence Stamp. The guy who played General Zod in Man of Steel, very respectable. I mean, he was great, but Terrence Stamp is General Zod, and Terrence Stamp, to me, I mean, like when Heath Ledger was the Joker and Batman caught him like midway through, he's like, "Oh, come on," blah 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 blah, trying to weasel his way out and being weak and innocent and all that. Zod would never be like that.
But that was a Joker, though. If the Joker was always going to try to talk his way out of stuff, even though he was a vicious killer. Rob liked Loki.
Well, the thing about Loki, and I don't want to. I'm trying to be.
No. I'm just saying I haven't watched it.
I have seen it. I just don't want to give anything away.
No, that's right.
When I watched the first episode, it felt to me. Well, here's what I liked about the first episode. It felt like Terry Gilliam was directing it, and I like Terry Gilliam.
From Monty Python.
Yeah, it felt like one of his films with the humor and the
I like that
Brazil
stuff.
kind of awesome. Atmosphere.
Do you remember the point of Brazil? The number one was Robert De Niro was the HVAC guy.
Yeah,
who wouldn't go for his license or something like that, and
he didn't want to go through the red tape and all that. And yeah. I don't think I think he's not credited in the film, and Robin Williams didn't want to be credited in Baron Munchausen, which was the film after Brazil that Terry Gilliam made. And Gilliam has admitted that Time Bandits, Brazil, and Baron Munchausen are an unofficial trilogy of his.
Yeah. So quick thing. Robbie wants to know what this game is again, the baseball game we have playing in the back.
It's an old DOS game, and it was called IBM Pro League Baseball 97, or it just might be listed as Pro League Baseball 97. It was released by IBM. It was made by Microsports, the same company that made NFL Pro League Football. They also made a baseball game. But on this disc, if you remember NFL Pro League Football from IBM in 95, they were the distributor. It came with every single football team from 1961 to 1995. 1994, 1995 was made up because the season hadn't started yet. This baseball game came out a year later, but it comes with every single baseball team from like 1903, if I remember correctly.
That's
to 1995. Cool. All of them included in the game as part of the price. You're not buying extra seasons.
Sorry.
I mean, it just comes. Oh no, it just comes with it. So, and you can sim an entire season like lickety split with numbers. And the program of the game told me if you thought that NFL Pro League Football was accurate, he thinks that this game is actually even more accurate with the end result.
Well, it is. Again, you see the animation. Let people under. It's an old game, but
this came out in the mid '90s.
It's a sim. It
is a sim. It's a number cruncher. It's like action. It's like PC baseball. Only you're watching the players.
Yeah.
And I have it set to one pitch.
Now,
it's like action where you can have it go every single pitch or just one pitch for the batter because you've already got the count. And that's what I have it set up as, just one pitch.
Some of the and it gives you like Chet Lemon pop foul to third. Some of the animation does fool me as I'm watching it. I'm like, oh,
yeah, like pop. Yeah, a home. It looks like a home run. It's a pop fly to the second base
because it's showing you that it goes up. But
yeah,
let me tell you something. That's pretty cool. That'd be a fun retro game. Now to me, that's a hit.
Base hit. Yeah, that's a base hit.
So again, it's fun to look at some of these old games, and again, it'd be interesting. You know, it'd be interesting to do if you do the 75 World Series. What we can do, if you want, I have a few baseball sims. I'll sim them out, and we can compare, contrast. If you're doing as played, if not, that's fine. You got to tell me if you do as played, I'll do a couple of as played. Not show, we can just go over if the stats, like we're similar and stuff.
Yeah.
if you wanted to. It's not a big
Sure,
deal.
we could, and we could just do it like head to head, bam, bam, go.
Yeah.
And we'll also see which one sims faster. But what were we talking about? Oh, Loki.
Yeah.
The thing about Loki is it feels like something, the first episode, and I like this part of it. This is what I liked about it. It felt like something out of Terry Gilliam film. And it also had elements out of a David Lynch film. But towards the end, it basically made everything the Avengers fought for not matter. It didn't matter. And, I mean, if you stop and you think about it, and remember, he opens up a drawer and I'm not going to say this.
I know.
He finds some things in the drawer, and we got a bunch of them. They don't do anything. Whole movies were made based off of that, and now you're telling us it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. And I just I don't want to know anymore. I don't want this to ruin it. Loki went in a direction you didn't expect, but future Avengers movie, including the upcoming Ant-Wasp movie. I didn't see Ant-Man. I didn't even see that one. I've been hit or miss in which Marvel movies I saw. And the thing is, if I'm going to watch comic book stuff, I'm more.
I like Deadpool.
That I saw the first one. I was surprised. Good. Yeah,
entertaining. He's my type of sort of superhero. I like Deadpool, and I like Ryan Reynolds. He's fun. He has a new movie. Nurse Teresa and I were. It popped up on. We're watching Shark Week while we were playing cards. FYI, I beat her this weekend in cards to regain the championship in gin. So I don't want to hear any crap from the chat anymore about it. But he's in this. I go, that looks funny, like this weird. He's like in a video game, and it's like it looks like Grand Theft Auto, but they're in the video game.
Right.
And someone comes in, he goes, "Well, we can win if I'm going to be nice." And the whole point is he's not like he stops the crime. It's just a goofy kind of. I'm not going to say superhero, but it's fun. It looks like a fun kind of popcorn kind of movie, and that's something I think would be loved.
You know, it was a great popcorn movie. And I saw this last week. I highly recommend this.
What is it?
It's unplug your brain for 2 hours, and you're going to have a blast. It was the Tomorrow War on Amazon.
Okay.
The Chris Pratt movie.
Where he goes back, like they go through a portal and stuff.
Yes, that was a absolute popcorn movie. And not to give anything away, it has to do with Tomorrow War. Obviously, it has to do with time travel and stuff. But for anyone who's watched it, and if you know,
Rock on, Shaka Khan, Moni G.
If you know about time travel stuff, like if you watch Star Trek and stuff like that, I'm surprised that they were going for a causality violation, and the way it ended, I'm like sitting there going, they could go for a causality loop instead, and it would make everything make sense. But people watching it who don't follow that are going to be so bad. And I'm like, they're not going to do it. They're going to go the safe route. And they did. And people maybe sitting, go, what is he talking about? This causal? What is causal? I'm not going to get into it. But if you follow it, oh yeah, I don't know what to think of The Sopranos. I can't.
It could be good.
I'm not dismissing it, but I'm like, do you even?
Here's the thing with it's a prequel. Let me read Bears Den. He says Bears Den 007. The only movie I'm looking forward to is The Saints of Newark, the Sopranos sequel with James Gandolfini's son as a young Tony. It could be very interesting.
Yeah, when you go there, I end up a lot of times being hesitant because I don't want.
You know what they have
on a good thing alone kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know?
But you know it's funny because since I heard about the prequel, it's a couple weeks back, 3 weeks back, before I went on vacation, when I was eating lunch at work, I would go on YouTube. I just typed in Sopranos to watch a bunch of highlights. Man, did they murder a lot of people on that show?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, but it was kind of at times funny. So, but good show, good show. That was a good show.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm actually friends with one of the actors of that show on Facebook.
Cool. There's still, again, it's not funny, but if you haven't seen The Sopranos by now, plug your ears because I'm going to say something, okay? Spoiler alert. You watch The Sopranos, right, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't seen the entire series,
But, I mean,
but I've definitely seen enough. Yeah.
Do you know what happened to Christopher?
Towards the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the classic scene at his where Tony goes, he died in my arms. I'm sitting there going, laughing, go, yeah, you plugged his nose and suffocated him. Well, they got it. It's not funny. I don't know why I find that amusing. It's just because he just said he died in my arms.
You know, the thing I remember people talking about the most was the Russian, and they were like looking for him in the woods.
When they couldn't hear. He's an interior decorator, and he killed 15 whatever. Like, that was funny. That was fun. The other again, God rest my dad's soul, but you were watching the final episode, and the screen goes black, and I think everyone in America thought like their cable went out. They were, what the?
No, people did, and there were people at bars that were watching it, and the bars thought that they lost their cable.
Oh, it's funny.
It wasn't funny, but
I mean, here's what I thought happened, and I still think it happened. He got shot at the end.
Well, even the creator said, "Yeah, he's dead."
Yeah, because the lights.
Vlad said, "You know what they could have done was they could have made a quick pop sound, because in that just lightning fast, pop sound."
Well, just think about it. Just think about it. God forbid, when the lights. They always say the lights go out, right? Lights went out, and in that last scene, everything is being shown through his eyes. The only thing you don't see through his eyes, and he might be looking out the window of the diner, so maybe you are. He sees you see the daughter coming into the diner. Then everything else is through his eyes, right? Everything pretty much. And you see that guy walk by, and he's eyeing him, and then and then it goes black. So that's what I think.
What was I going to say?
Hi, Philip.
Hello, Philip.
That's just my thought process on that.
Yeah, in the end, I guess I'm glad I didn't watch Game of Thrones, because I heard that the last season was just a complete train wreck.
It wasn't horrible. It was okay. It was good. It closed up everything.
I don't know. I watched the first episode and couldn't get into it, but people were saying you got to get like 4 or 5 episodes in.
I was just like you, Mike, because I watched the first episode when it came out, right? The first season. I went, I don't like it. And my friends, like, at work, you got to watch it. But then they had the marathon, so I sat there and I watched a couple in a row.
Yeah.
I went, okay. And I was hooked. And it was better. There are some seasons I like better than others. And I read the books are outstanding. I don't think that fat bastard's going to finish the last book. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, I've seen videos about it. It's like,
he's not finishing
people were saying, we got a pandemic. You had all this time. You're by yourself. You could have spent time and finished this.
Please, he had his own buffet. He's eating like.
I don't know.
Very good books. The books are excellent. Read them all.
Actually, you know what I'm rereading?
What are you rereading?
I read them in the past. It's a Timothy Zahn series of books that George Lucas agreed to have written in the early 90s. And they are a Star Wars sequel trilogy that happens 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Oh, cool.
And he wrote, the books are Heir to the Empire. I finished reading that again. I'm reading Dark Force Rising, and the last book's The Last Command. And this is a trilogy that's supposed to happen after Return of the Jedi. And this was in the 90s, and they were New York Times bestsellers. And
I'm going to sound so. I never even knew there were all these books for the Star Wars.
There are an insane amount of books.
I didn't know that till a couple of years ago.
They're comic, but there were so many of them. And then when Disney took over, what they were called was the EU, and it was called the Expanded Universe. And Disney came in and said, we're going to rename these as Legends. And I think they actually stopped printing them. And then they brought them back as they called it Legends. And these are unofficial. Only anything that Disney does is going to be ultimately canon. And a lot of people who had invested their time in reading these stories and absorbing these characters.
Disney ruined. They did things in the movies that were just stupid. I'm not even talking about characters. They added stuff that didn't belong. It doesn't belong in any movies if it's supposed to be entertainment.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw The Force Awakens. Oh, bad pitch.
Yep. I tell you, this animation. I'm talking to you. I'm watching the game. Yeah. It's enjoyable.
I'm just occasionally hitting play. Where are we out? We're in the fourth inning, folks, and it's scoreless between the 84 Red Sox and the 85 Tigers.
Detroit has 3 hits. Boston has 1, no errors, and yeah, it's so Hurst is pitching pretty. Who's pitching? I didn't see who's pitching for what's it, Morris?
We'll find out when the next half inning.
That's a grounder to first.
Yeah,
unassisted.
And he tagged the ball, unlike the Pirates who chased the guy down. What did it say? I sent the video to my mom, and she showed my dad, and she said he can't stop laughing.
Of the animation stuff?
No, the guy from the Pirates that.
Oh, that
whole play, and he chased him down. And they allowed a run, and then he gets a second, and yeah, it was just ridiculous. But I saw The Force Awakens in the. I've seen every single Star Wars movie in the theater since 1977.
The one I like,
with one exception. Okay, I saw Force Awakens, and I'm like, okay, they're redoing the original film with new characters in the old places and the old characters.
I like that. Well, that's the one where Han Solo dies.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I if you haven't seen it yet, my God, that's that's like someone going, "Don't tell me about the Game of Thrones. It's over. You should have watched it." I'm going to talk about it.
Well, I went to see The Last Jedi, and then I was just done.
Yeah.
You know what that was?
I watched it.
Yes, I saw it in the theater, and when Rise of Skywalker came out, I'm like, I'm not going to see it. And it was the first time in my life. Not only did I not see a Star Wars movie in the theater, I haven't seen it at all. We have Disney Plus. I don't care to watch it. It was the first time in my life that I actually went online and started doing research because it has been turned into such a train wreck. It was more entertaining to read about it, watch people talk about it on video, and then there were leaks. Hello, Moni. There were leaks, and the leaks ended up being true. There were leaks on Reddit, and there were leaks on YouTube. And I saw a YouTuber the night of the premiere saying, "Hey, folks, I just saw the movie." And for those of you who read the Reddit leaks and watched the videos of other people's, guess what? That is the film. And if you thought it translated bad on the Reddit leaks, it's even worse on film. I was like, oh my God, it's all real.
The one I did like was the one where they stole the Death Star plans. I like that
Rogue One. That's the
I
only
thought
Disney
Rogue One
movie.
was good.
No.
Some people don't like. I love Rogue One because to me it was the Dirty Dozen in space.
And
it
took something that everybody liked, the existing that led up to the original film,
and you found out things about why was there this,
and it worked.
Spot. Yeah,
you cared about the characters.
I said the same thing.
You cared about the characters, and you care, and the Darth Vader sequence at the end was just like completely. Oh my God, that was epic.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got Grand Moff Tarkin again. You got animated Peter Cushing that sometimes look fine, sometimes his face looked rubbery, but it's computer generated.
I thought it was well done. I thought it was really cool to find out, like the guy who was forced to design the Death Star. That's why he made that little so you could blow it up. Because when we were kids, we're like, why would you make something that had this spot that would blow it? Well, that's stupid. We kept going, why would you make? You guys are supposed to be smart, and you're stupid.
Yeah,
so it was well explained.
Yeah, the books I was talking about, they're nicknamed the Thrawn trilogy, and Disney is starting to, because of the Hello Steeler fan, because of the they lost from Force Awakens to Rise of Skywalker. Disney lost, their audience got cut in half, literally. Oh, yeah. They paid $4 billion for Star Wars, and when it was all said and done, they brought in $4 billion. They broke even, from what I've heard.
No, they took a hit on those movies. They can say all the international, whatever they might say. Those movies, when you make a movie, right, unless it's supposed to be historical or something or blah, 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 you're making a movie to entertain. I'm going to leave it at that. They put crap in that movie that didn't belong, and the stories stunk.
That they admitted that J.J. Abrams admitted they didn't have a plan.
Well,
he came out and admitted recently we didn't have a plan.
We
just handed it off from person to person. Yeah, how do you buy the biggest IP?
Exactly.
and not have a plan. And since you were talking about Game of Thrones, and it took a few episodes to get in. This show took a few episodes to get in, but this person had a plan. It was J. Michael Straczynski, and the series was Babylon 5. If you've ever seen that series,
It's a Star Trek, right?
Babylon 5. No,
is that Star Trek?
No, Babylon 5 is its own property. It's its own entity.
Okay, I thought that was a.
And the funny thing is, he went to Paramount with the idea of Babylon 5, and they told him no. And then when his project got greenlit, it was done for independent TV stations, and one of those, WB or one of those startups, that sold, and to compete, Paramount released Star Trek DS9. Both series were about space stations, and he was really, really mad. Like, they stole my idea, and they premiered it before his series. But Babylon 5, it took several episodes to get into. The man came in with a 5-year story arc. It was designed to last 5 years. The series made it 4 years, and then they had an ending, and then TNT picked it up, and they said, "We will give you your 5th year. We'll let you do to finish it off properly, and we want the rights to maybe make some made-for-TV movies." But he went in with a plan where you would have to watch the entire series, and there were like really little things that may have happened in the series that, like, 3 seasons later, you're like, yes, Beatles, it was one of the best written. I mean, yes, it was a low budget science fiction show, but it was one of the better written shows. It had an arc. You cared about the characters. You saw the rise and fall of different characters. He had a plan, and it was brilliant. And little things that maybe happened in season 1 and 2, you like, what is that? And then like season 4, like, whoa, that has to do with season 2. And this whole, it combined everything for the past couple seasons. This makes sense. I mean, it was brilliant. And he also put in what he called
Jack Morris is pitching for Detroit.
Okay. He actually puts in what he called trapdoors, because he knew that sometimes people would have contract disputes and leave the series, or, God forbid, somebody passed away, or things like that. He had it so if that happened, you could bring in a different character and still continue the storyline, and it would all work. And he had trapdoors for everybody. And if he were doing the Star Wars trilogy, the man would probably come up with a plan like that too. He was super. I mean, it takes like 4 or 5 episodes of the first season to get in. The first season's a little slow, but then you start to get into it, and season 2 on just go, and it's super, super well done. I was stunned.
I'll tell you, I watched Nurse Teresa loved The Mandalorian. I watched some episodes with her. I liked it.
I've watched the whole series. Yeah,
very well. To me, there's an old movie called The Three Godfathers. It's a John Wayne movie. They come across a dying woman with her baby after like an Indian attack, and they're bad guys. They're like bank robbers. Well, they're bad guys. We'll leave it at that. And they come across these people, and they've been after a massacre, and the woman's still alive, and they go, "What do we do?" And the woman goes, "Please take my child to my sister." And they go, "We can't go there." They're talking after we can't go there. We're wanted. But the whole point is they do. And it's their journey. It's a movie. It's their journey. And what happens, I think, spoiler alert, I think only one makes it, because them protecting the baby through this bad country, and they're going to get to where they're supposed to go, right? I think one does pass, maybe 2. But the Mandalorian was so well done. And again, wow, it's like that's what that reminded me of, that movie. But it was
it's a spaghetti western. It was done in the style of a spaghetti western.
Spaghetti western in space.
The one thing where it's I don't want to say lacking, but where it doesn't feel Star Wars, it's not bad, but the music. I mean, the music, it throws you off because the music is not, this big John Williams score. It's fine, but I mean, it just throws you off. It's not the same kind. And I'm not being critical of the music.
No, that's Jake Cruz, by the way. That's not what he looks like. But hello, Celebrity Bikini.
Okay. Kathy Ireland, you are not Jay Cruz. How's that? Well, I'm going old school with the swimsuit model.
The Rob Rules, check out that wonderful channel. Oh yeah, he was saying he liked, and I can't find it now. Where is it? Well, he also liked Rogue One.
That's the only Disney Star Wars movie that I actually
I like I said, I liked it. I thought it reminded me of the Dirty Dozen in space. The one thing with the first one, which I didn't dislike, the one that you said was a remake of like the first.
It was.
Which
you
was,
know, it was.
The Han Solo death to me was weak, and I'm going to tell you why. You shouldn't have had the son kill him. What you should have done was the son, Kylo, right?
Yeah.
He hesitates to save his father, meaning he goes, "That's my dad. Even though I'm this, I got to help him." And he hesitates, and the father dies at the hands of somebody else. Now when they do the ending in the other one, which wasn't horrible, I kind of like what they give him his redemption in a way. Now it's tough to sit there because I know that's the only thing I would have changed. And I did enjoy, and people did. Well, they just redid the first movie. Well, I don't care. I liked it.
Well, they did, and I gave them the benefit of the doubt because you've got a new character Rey, you got a new character Finn, you got a new character Poe, and let's see where they go. And then here's what The Last Jedi was. Let's see how many people pick this up, because I said this out loud in the movie theater. I was like, oh my God, this is Battlestar Galactica. Think about it. You have a fleet of ships running from another fleet of ships.
Yep.
And they've got nothing left. They're trying to find a home world, which was actually their last base. Okay. Yep. It was Battlestar Galactica. And not even the Ronald Moore 2000 Battlestar Galactica, which is actually very well done. It was a 78 Battlestar Galactica because they even had a sequence where you had a casino planet. They had a casino planet in the TV series, and they did it in Star Wars.
Nurse Teresa and I were picking out things that we thought they were taking from other shows, other movies. It was hilarious. She was picking out things that she said was from Harry Potter, and then we would pause the movie, right?
Yeah.
And we'd look up the scenes and be like, oh my God. Like if I said it was a certain scene from something, I go, they stole that from this, or they got the idea, or not stole it. And she showed me this Harry Potter scene again. I can't remember. I wish she was awake. It was the exact thing except in a Star Wars theme, and it was kind of like, wow, it was kind of funny.
Have you seen Mark Hamill talk about? He's talked about in code, like there are a whole series of videos about Mark Hamill talking in code. Wow, what's this?
I finally got the shark thing to pop up.
He talks in code that sometimes it just comes out and says it about he did not like the sequel trilogy. He didn't like what was done to his character. He didn't like and he points this out, and a lot of people do. You had an opportunity to have Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, Lando, R2, and 3PO together in just one scene. Didn't do it, and it's impossible now. And he said when The Last Jedi came out, he said, he actually said to Rian Johnson, you're having Luke Skywalker do all this stuff and say all this stuff and becomes a hermit, and he wants a Jedi to end and blah blah blah. And he's like, Luke Skywalker would never do this. He would never hide like this. He would never act like this.
They obviously didn't ask for his input.
No. No,
and that's stupid.
And he said that when he did this, I couldn't even think of myself as Luke Skywalker. I had to think of myself as somebody else. I thought of myself as Jake Skywalker. This is not Luke Skywalker. He came out and said that. And somebody asked him, "Is this the last movie you're going to do for Star Wars?" And without admitting it, he goes, "I sure hope so."
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think it's just to get back to a TV show I liked. And again, I understand that's a movie. What we're talking about, but Gotham. My favorite character, the Penguin, he said the writers gave him a lot of input on how he was going to play the Penguin. Again, it was a different thing than capes and all that. It was a different kind of show. That's why I think I enjoyed it. But
yeah,
he was given the input to play his character. He goes, I wanted my character to be, I know what the character is, but I want him to be misunderstood in his mind. I mean, in the character's mind. And he wants to be liked. And that's what the character was. He was in his mind. He's just misunderstood me. I want things to work right. but he was a fun character. But yeah, that's a great point, because I know Mark Hamill, from what I read, and again, I'm not a voracious reader of critiques of stuff, but how do you mess up? I know he wasn't happy, but how do you mess up? Like you said, you got the biggest
IP
franchise IP. How do you foobar that? And they foobarred it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when Mandalorian came out of the gate, they made a reference, if anybody remembers it, to the Star Wars Holiday Special. They made a little nod to what was it, Life Day, and then they said, like in the Carl Weathers scene where he was introduced, they mentioned that it's been 5 years. Yeah, I agree. It's great. It's so great what he said. I agree. Yeah, he was not happy. He was like, he said in The Force Awakens, what I would have liked to have seen is if Luke was lost and Leia is like trying to use the Force to have him come back, and she goes looking for Han, and then something happens, and then Luke meets her, and they're trying to race to see Han, and then when Kylo kills Han, they're there to witness this. They're too late. I mean, you could have had an opportunity for all of us to be together. Well, that's even in The Force Awakens, and you didn't do it.
Here's that brings up even the way I would have done it. Okay, now you could have had all those characters, right? Like you just said.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have Kylo kill the father. You have him being the closest one. Again, he's fighting on the other side, but that's his dad. And now he starts to sit there. That's my dad, and you could see the slight change that he might. I'm going to go help, but he hesitates, and then the father gets it, and that's where you give him. It's tough to give him his redemption at the end when he's killed his dad.
Yeah. Well, there's the books I went back to read. If you've heard of the character Grand Admiral Thrawn, he was mentioned in.
You know what? Someone mentioned him to me before you go into that, and then you can, because I said if I was doing a Star Wars movie, and I didn't even know about these books or this character, right?
Oh, I tell you what. Find those old copies
because they said I said there's no
they're fantastic.
Way. I said there's no way that everyone in the Empire is an a-hole. It's an impossibility. You might think they're on the wrong side, but there's no way that everyone is an a-hole. It's an impossibility, right? I said, you know what'd be interesting? To show a storyline from a guy who's just, okay, I'm with these guys, right? But I run, say, this planet, and I run it well, and people like me, right? Just to give you just that, and then have an internal civil war between, say, the non-a-holes, but again, they're still on the Empire, right? Against the other, and then have the rebels come in. And it would have been, you could have done so many interesting things, but you had to do it a certain way. I said, it's an impossibility that every one of these people, because not all of them are a-holes. There's got to be someone who's not. It's just like, I do my job, whether you agree or disagree, right? It would be someone in a higher position that the emperor actually liked because he would let him do things his way because everything ran well, we'll just say, right? And then you have like the rebels sort of come in and the people are like, no, we kind of like this guy. He runs everything pretty good and he's fair. And then have him like, like assassinators. Just to give a different storyline. I'm not a big Rebels person.
I was hoping that they were going to do the Thrawn trilogy, the books I was telling you. The Grand Admiral Thrawn was a character in the Thrawn trilogy, the books I'm reading.
Yeah.
He was the main villain. He is running what's left of the Empire. And he was mentioned in The Mandalorian and the animations with the Clone Wars and Rebels and whatever. He's in it. They actually brought him into the Disney World. There are some great characters in that, like Taryn Card and Mara Jade is one of the most popular Star Wars characters, and she's not even in the any of the movies. But what was I going to say about Thrawn? Oh, the planet Coruscant. Do you know where the name came from? The name came from not George Lucas. The planet named Coruscant did not exist in the original trilogy. It was Timothy Zahn, who wrote these trilogy books I was telling you about. The first book, Heir of the Empire, he named the imperial planet Coruscant. It's in the book, and the rebels are starting the New Republic, and they're based on Coruscant. So it's made reference to a lot, and that's what they refer to in this trilogy of books, the sequel trilogy of books that came out in the 90s. Lucas liked the name so much, he actually brought it into canon and made it official when it was mentioned The Phantom Menace. So it was actually Timothy Zahn's brainchild of naming the home planet Coruscant.
About the Admiral, right? My nephew said that he's not this horrible character, though.
He's super smart.
Yeah.
He loves art. He loves history. He would conquer planets, and then he has a room. It has his own room that has actual artifacts as well as holographic images that can come up of paintings and sculptures and things. And he's super smart. He's a tactical genius. And they say in the book many times, if Thrawn, there were 12 Grand Admirals, and he survived, and the rebels thought that they had killed all the Grand Admirals, and he was the only one left. And it's made to in reference many different times. Like the captain of the ship that Thrawn's on, his name's Captain Pelion. Pelion had said, if Thrawn was at Endor, which is Return of the Jedi, there's no way the rebels would have won. There's just no way, but he wasn't there. I don't know if they ever told you exactly where he was at the time, but he wasn't at the Battle of Endor. And he's just a super tactical genius. And the first 10 pages of the book, you see how much of a tactical genius. I'll give you an example. He was at the end of Heir to the Empire. There's a fight, and he's on a Star Destroyer, and there's a rebel frigate, like the medical frigate from the Empire, strikes back. His shields are going down on one side. And so he has all of his gunners blast the heck out of this frigate and then tractor beam it in. It's the guns on the side that could attack the Star Destroyer, or, he's obliterated that whole side. The other side, he's tractor beaming. He's holding a position over the area where his shields are weak, so that any bombardment that's coming in is not going to hit him, but it's also going to hit the rebel ship until they get their shields up. I mean, he's just super, super smart tactician, and really, really interesting. And he's, again, like your nephew said, he's very artsy, and he loves history of races. He loves
because my nephew said, because when I was talking about the way I would have done a Star Wars movie, just to give a different perspective, and he goes, well, that's that guy. And again, maybe he's not exactly the way I would have had my character. I mean, my character would be still loyal to the Empire, right? Yeah. But he would just do things differently, where he would just do things slightly different, but it worked. But he would be fiercely loyal to the Empire. And I had this whole thing. I remember telling my nephew going, and at the end, he's given a choice, right? My character would actually have won the Civil War. He would have stayed loyal to the Emperor when there was this little rebellion, because they would have said, the Emperor's sort of going soft with this, letting this guy do things the way he wants. He would have stayed loyal. He would have won the Civil War. But then when they've depleted themselves, right? In the end, they lose. That's the whole point, right? And at the end, when he's finally defeated, the rebels wouldn't understand why. The people where he was in charge of were distraught that, the guy ran things good. Mm-hmm. It would have been interesting, different, because I watched the crap they put out, and I can make up stuff. I can be better than that. I can come up with an interesting thing.
Well, they didn't have a plan, and no. Abrams admitted they didn't have a plan. We should have had a plan. Well, yeah, you should have had a plan. I mean, I know Lucas was not happy. He can't come out and say it, but he can't have been happy about what they did with this IP. Now,
did you see, just to talk, we're talking about movies. I'm a big Godzilla fan, as you can see. Misunderstood.
I didn't know that.
I love Godzilla. Did you see the King Kong? I thought the King Kong Godzilla movie was fabulous.
I went to see it with my nephew just as an excuse. I saw it at a drive-in.
It was fun.
Well, it was take your head, bring it out of your head for a couple hours, and that's all I wanted. Tomorrow War is like that in a different way that I talked about, but that's a popcorn movie, just like King Kong, Godzilla.
Teresa is not a big fan of those type of movies. We sat and watched it, and we almost went again to the drive-in because that'd be kind of cool to see on the big screen, But it was fun, and I'm not going to give that one. I won't, because it's still a newer movie. But it was just let me just say, it was a well-written wrestling script, even with the characters of the monsters, how things went on and you didn't expect it, but I knew it because I'm a Godzilla fan. And it was just great stuff. It was enjoyable. I watched it twice. I just totally enjoyed that movie. That's what a movie's about, that type of movie, popcorn fun.
Right.
It was
And
fun to watch.
we've gotten away from that. And we need
Exactly.
to get back to that.
Yes, Mike.
We don't need an agenda shoved in our face. Can we just sit down
and enjoy?
We want to get away from all of that. Can we just sit down and enjoy a movie?
And I think that's why I enjoy sports sim gaming so much, because it's just sports when I do it, and I'll leave it at that.
And I feel you.
And again, I don't care.
The same way.
I don't care whatever side anyone's on. I don't care. There are times where you need stuff to bring people together and just enjoy. And sports, TV, and movies and again, there's certain types of things that are meant to, that they're different shows or movies. But I just love movies. I was so happy to see a movie that was just sit down and enjoy it. If this is your thing, your genre, But anyhow, I tell you what, Mike. I've been talking with you. It's very enjoyable, obviously. I've been watching. This is real 1995. How would you say, I don't know if you've done a season or a series, like a World Series, like you said you're going to do. How would you say this is a solid sim?
Yes.
Excellent. And I because you've worked on mod seasons. Not only
not for this, but
no.
Well,
not only you've made seasons though.
Oh, look, Bob Stanley's coming in for relief.
1984, Bob Stanley. Not bad. He was not as bad as Uncle Ron makes him out to be. I mean, he's actually a solid. Again, Rich Gedman should have stopped that pitch. I know it was outside, but and I love Rich Gedman. He's from Worcester, Massachusetts, but you needed to move your fat ass a little more to block that pitch.
It's 3-1 Boston. Look at this, 3-1 Boston in the ninth.
Yeah, and Calvin Hurst was it was a stupid trade. When I think back on it, was John Tudor. Did we get Mike Easler in that? I don't even think was that the Mike Easler trade, to which he only stayed a couple. I mean, I like the hit dog Mike Easler, but man, to get rid of a lefty like Tudor, that was horrible. Anyway, but no, this is a really, really fun game. The animation is again, some of the fly balls throw me off. I'm watching
because you don't know if it's hanging out of the park or it's a pop up to second base. Yeah,
it's funny. It's like Phil Rizzuto, God rest his soul, calling the game. That ball is high, deep, and Jeter's under it.
It just made it to the shortstop.
There's a.
Oh, did you see that slide?
Yeah,
did he make it?
That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's the final.
Red Sox won 3-1, right?
Well, it flashed so fast.
Where is the? Oh, wait, let's see what
F20 says box score to been a disc file. Okay, well, okay.
That's all right. It's let's see the RBIs. 1, 2, 3. 3 batted in. Runs 3. No, that's runs scored 3. That's pretty cool, though. I tell you, I would have loved to have that back in 1995. But you know what we do have, Mike? We have Pro Strategy Football, what I consider one of the funnest games out there.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun, and when I saw it over the years, I thought, this has potential.
Yeah,
and I came out of retirement of modding, and I'm not literal retirement, but I hadn't done it in so long.
You had modded some seasons for what was that game you told?
Front Page Sports. I did.
And you can still buy that on Steam. Front Page Sports, I think.
I think you can get 98 for. I'm not talking illegal. I think that the company actually gives out 98 for free.
Really?
I think you can download it for free. You'd have to run it. I think it was on a Windows 95 or 98 at the time.
Oh, so you need a DOS program, maybe?
It's been so long, I don't even know anymore.
But anyway, I just like to say that When I discovered Pro Strategy Football, this is kind of funny. I bought it on my tablet, my Kindle, and I played it. I said, well, this is kind of fun, but I didn't know. And I got away from it. I enjoyed playing it on my Kindle, right? I said, man, this would be fun if they had real teams. And I stumbled across the game on Steam again, right? And I'm looking at it, and I never, again, not even knowing that there's such things as a mod community, I said, oh, let's look at discussions, what people like about this game, because there's a lot of good stuff in this game, right? And I came across, and that's when I discovered, oh my God, they got real teams. Someone made real teams, and that, bang, I bought it instantly. So I'd like to thank yourself and Lee, and hopefully we can have, well, I know you're going to come back on at some point, and it's going to be a stream just discussing Pro Strategy Football with yourself and Carrie, and hopefully Lee and some other people.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of things I'd love to bark out right now, but
we're not going to do that, though.
Yeah, it's not my place, and it's not my place.
No, I'm just saying, people, if you're enjoying Pro Strategy Football 2021, wait for this stream that's coming up on this channel.
There are a couple things I hope Carrie can shove in before release date that are like, oh, wow, that would be so cool if you added that kind of thing.
Can I? I'm just going to say, this version is fun that I play now. The next version, see my smile on my face? And I'll leave it at that.
The added features
are tremendous.
It's going to open up some cool doors.
Yeah. There's a lot of things really cool. The game's already fun. Hang on
one second. Excuse me 1 second. I've been using battery power. I'm going to plug in the laptop.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second.
Is a lot of fun, Pro Strategy Football, obviously. It is a sim. It's not an arcade game. It has fun animation. The AI, they continue to improve that. Even with this version, when they have updates. It's just a fun game. People ask for more formations. Well, that might be forthcoming. I'll leave it at that. People have asked for certain things. Carrie Batts is one of the most nice individuals when it comes to a creator for a sports sim game.
He listens to people.
Absolutely. Mike here.
He listens to people. He wants to give to try to make it customizable to give you what you want.
You don't. Every season is free, thanks to Mike in the truck and Lee. I think you and Lee are the only two mods. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, let's. I wouldn't go far as to say it's the only. The website that we have is ours, unless there is a section where other people can make things. Like I've been offered. Someone gave us while the season was going on last year, like a mid-season roster update, and so I put that up.
You guys at the end of the year, you guys put up the
end of season,
and that was awesome because I did this. I did the championship games and the Super Bowl. Let me just say, we were 3 for 3 in those games.
Yeah, and I had somebody say, no one got it right. Even Tecmo Bowl. Super Tecmo Bowl didn't get it right. Everybody was picking Kansas City, and this game picked Tampa. And you had a blowout. And I remember when you simmed it, people
were yelling at me in the chat.
They're like, yes, oh, come on. And then I'm watching it in real life. I was like, oh my God, this is actually happening.
And again, you could say what people have questioned the closed engine, some of the AI. I've said it too when something weird happens. I've talked, you've been in the chat, and I go, oh, they got to, fix this. Or in my opinion, I shouldn't say. Sometimes it means.
I saw someone streaming a game. I think it might have been earlier today. I didn't watch it live, but I saw a bug, and they knew what the bug was. So I actually sent Carrie an email and said, hey, here's a bug from last game.
Again,
but I can come out and say this. It's not a spoiler or anything. Carrie really, really fought to try to figure out how to do it, and he made the option of 53-man rosters. And and
here's the funny thing.
That's not a surprise. But what we're going to do is when we release the mod, for
Here's my, are you guys going back? Here's a quick, because again, this is a mod thing, so it's not, we're not giving anything away.
yeah.
Are you going to say the 72 Dolphins, 72 season, whatever, 80, the 82 season, right? Are you going to go back and add guys in, or are we going to have the option to just do it ourselves?
Right. Well, the NFL went to 53 and 93.
Okay, in 90.
So 92 backwards, there'd be no point unless, I mean, there's room for a couple other players, but then you would have all these generic, and I don't think people want generic.
No, I don't want that.
If you're downloading that, you want the. But what's cool is any legacy league, which is 43 players, can click of a button, you make it 53, and the extra players are all generic. And if you go 53, and you want to go back to 43, you click 43, and it goes back to 43.
Here's the thing I just want to bring up, because not that I knew this, but then I did a little research because I kept getting the question, well, it's not all the guys on the team. Do you know how many people they had to suit up, like you just said?
And see, here's the problem. I mean, Lee and I talked about
it was the 40-man roster is what was suited up. So the only thing that, again, and I'm not complaining, I love the game, I stream it on my channel all the time. The one thing that people will mention, I brought up to you, they'll say, well, this guy gets too many carries. Well, I get that. So but if you went to the maybe the starter gets more carries than he normally would. You only have 4 running backs. You don't have that 5th running back to plug in.
Well, I mean, the 53 you will, but
right. I'm saying
it's an old team from the 70s. There were only 40 players.
Right, but I'm saying maybe they carried less. You know what I'm saying? There's
right. They carried 4 all year. Is it worth putting in the 4? Yeah, right. There are exceptions, but for the most part, that's
game's outstanding. I love it.
Yeah, Lee and I we're waiting for the new format to be etched in stone. I believe.
Are you guys gonna have to read? Are you guys gonna have to do something so it's compatible with the new one?
Well, no. Actually, if you don't care about any of that, you can actually take the existing mods for
and just move it over
2020, and you drop it in 2021. Pardon me. And you drop it into, it's like last year. Last year, the 2021 version, if you had a 2020 league, you drop in the 2021 folder and it will convert and it's there. The same thing will hold true this year. You can take the existing mods. If you have a mod, you don't want to download anything or anything like that. You can take the existing one and you drag it and you put it in the 2021 folder in the 2022 game. It'll convert it to 2022, but it will work. But without going into detail about things, the new game is going to have new options and new things.
See my smile? I can't wait to talk about it.
There are new options and new things that are going to be added to the teams that will just go on a default for it. But we want to go in and looking at that team's history and actually do it right. I don't want to get it. Can you just, I just have my existing, just want to dump it in. Yes. The end that you can do it that way. Yes. But there are some added bonuses here. See you, Moni. Where we want to get it right and historically right. And I'll leave it at that. Now, the whole thing about 53, Lee and I talked about this, and you're talking about adding 10 more players. And 53-man roster includes that. To be honest with you, that's more of a career thing. And because modern day, it's like 45, 46 players actually suit up.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point.
Which is only a couple players less than what everything you already have.
Exactly.
And the 53 Yeah. Hey, Robbie. He's aware of that, but that I don't know if he's going to get that in this year because
He's gotten a lot of stuff in. This might not make it.
yeah,
It's not a high
he
priority.
he's aware of it, and that's complicated for what he has to do it because the rules are so drastic that
I again, that would be cool, but I like the normal rules. But no, I can see if you have an option, but again, that might be maybe it's an again.
And somebody made a mod for it, by the way. Somebody did make an XFL.
Yeah, there's an
mod.
XFL. If you have not checked out the website, let's stop sharing this for a second. I want to bring up your website.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I was going to say, Al, pick 2 teams from any 2 years, and I'll have this going on in the background.
Yeah, we can do that next. Let's bring up the let me bear with me a moment.
Sure.
Let me do it over here. So I think the game's phenomenal. Okay.
Well, Lee and I were looking at the 53 and the process of going through this. It's going to be difficult because of going through.
Make sure I don't have sound. Come on. There won't be any. Okay, let me do it this way.
Here's where we know we're going to do a 53-man roster. The mod for this given season.
Yeah.
The other ones, it's a matter of timing and a matter of. I started to mess with 93, and it was actually hard to get those extra players and get them historically correct. And most of them don't have statistics at all. And we got nothing to go off of because they weren't used. So we want to offer at least this year 53 and maybe from this year forward, but
the game, if you're not familiar with the game, I'm going to show it to you. This is my video, so I can't be whammied for it. And then we're going to go to Mike's website. Let's see if I can do this here.
And again, anybody who's really diehard about having 53 from 93 forward, I'm not against it. It's just like we've been in a hurry up and wait scenario for the final format to be greenlit. And then we would have to get the ability of editing it that way. And it's like time. And I started messing with 93 and I'm like, I'm pulling teeth just to find 10 players.
Okay. So this is, and look who's in the chat, Super Bowl tournament. That's Mike's YouTube channel. And we'll be putting that in the,
this was a great game, by the way. I'm not spoiling it, but this was an entertaining game.
This was so much fun doing the Joe Namath What If replay. It was a fun game, and I just want to. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna show you again. I do the play calling, so I'm gonna get past my little intro stuff here, and now we're still intro. So now you get to a play calling. Your premium misses the kick. Let's bring this down.
This mod was made by Lee.
Yeah.
Much fun. The 82 season you're doing. I made the 82 season.
So this is Pro Strategy Football. If you're not familiar with it, I want to show you some of the anime. We could probably have played, but then we're going to put the link to your channel in here also. And then we're going to go to the, sometimes at work, I just go to your web page, right? And I look at all the helmets because it's relaxing to me. Now look at this animation. I called the play, and it's McCutcheon up the hey diddle diddle, Lawrence McCutcheon up the middle. And again, so now I'm just going to show you a little bit, folks. If you're unfamiliar with this game, it's Pro Strategy Football 2021. Do we know? Can we say when we think the next one's coming out, or no?
Probably September.
Okay. And again, we're going to have hopefully
like late September. It's going to be he's trying. I know Kerry in a perfect world wants to get it out at the launch of the actual season.
And again, we hope to have Kerry on. I believe we will with Mike and Lee and some other folks who have worked.
And you know what? I've never seen Lee.
We're going to see him.
I've never spoken with Lee.
Everything
all been email.
So that
would be a first.
John Capoletti. Anyway, so that's the beautiful animation of this game. There's a lot of great features of this game, which we'll go through another time. But we'll let this keep playing. I'm going to now, oops, I can't do that. So what we're going to do, let me just do this and close that. And now I can do, oh shoot, that doesn't work either because I'm sharing the screen. All right. So anyway, what I'm going to do here, as I scroll down, someone gave me oh, let's not do that. Scroll down, show more. I'm going to go to the website because it only take me 10 minutes to figure out how to do that for my own video.
Well, what you've bookmarked is not the main page; it's the single season, which is not wrong.
Right, but now you go here to the main page.
Okay.
And here are all. And this is the poll.
I have a new poll now that I figured out how to do polls.
So that's pretty cool. Is this the one? Again, I can't answer this because I want them all. I've already told you that. I will not choose one.
Well, since I have the polls in front of me, and I'll read off. I'm just going to rattle off what people have said.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, let me go to the beginning.
Do you want me to scroll up?
No, I'm saying the years. I'm going to tell everybody. Here we go. Wait a minute. That's
48.
Whoops. Okay, here we go. 1984, 1985. I'm just, these are one-click results. I'm starting 1984, 1989,
I'm going to go to this one.
1948. Somebody did one. 1950, 1990, 1994, 1967. Let's see what other people. 69, 78 3 times in a row. I'm only going to count it as one because it looks like this person went click, click, click.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 4 minutes later, another 98. And then a few minutes later after that, 78 is great. So 68, 71, 04, 96.
I just voted for 76.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me get to that. Would be on top. 86, 85, 72 twice, but that's a double hit. 01, 2001, 2015, 91, 83, 76. And you said you just did one? Let me refresh.
1976.
Okay, well, maybe it popped up when it back.
One of my favorite Patriot teams.
Then that was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cinderella team that should have at least made the conference championship game.
Now, here's my point. I love that they're all here. And here's what I again.
That was more for us to get a feel of what people like. Now, we did decades, and one thing we were surprised.
Why am I not? Did I do something? Main site.
Okay.
NFL. Where is this block?
Oh, is it blocking it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Why don't you hit back?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I can remove the poll. All right.
Because I want to show all the cool and just see these right here. Oh no, it's right here. Everything's here.
Right.
On the main.
Well, NFL 100 is its own page, but
that is awesome. And here are all the seasons. So they have XFL 20. Are those real players? I think they are, right?
Yeah, they were made by somebody else who offered it, and yes,
offered it up. Okay.
Yes, correct.
That's really cool.
And the Canadian Football League 2019, someone offered that.
World's Worst Gamer in 1976. The Patriots were not cheaters. If anything, the Raiders were doing steroids most likely. So again, you can't say the Patriots are cheaters, and every year it kind of gets.
No, they got cheated by that.
Yeah, exactly.
That bad call.
And again, when you want to go to if you're going to get mad about someone filming walkthroughs, everyone was filming walkthroughs. Where they got in trouble was they didn't stop. Let me tell you about walkthroughs. I played high school football. We played in the Western Mass League after we graduated and stuff. It's a walkthrough. You're not really running your real plays. And if you are, you're stupid.
Did you know that the second time the Bills played the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, Jimmy Johnson said that he was watching, I don't know if it was local TV or whatever, but he was watching television. The Bills were practicing, and they were just like talking about the Bills, and he saw them run a trick play. And
that's where he picked up on it.
And he was like, okay, make a note of that. Yep. And they were prepared for that trick play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was innocent. It was not like
you shouldn't be running anything that you're really going to run in a walkthrough or anytime there's cameras around. I'll just leave it at that. The other thing is, The tuck rule is a rule. Again, see, he's wrong. He's wrong. I like you, world's worst gamer. The tuck rule was an actual stupid rule that was interpreted correctly. So again, you're wrong there. Anyway, but now let's go to deflated footballs. Do you know who also had deflated footballs in that game? I hate to tell you this, folks. Read the thing. WEI read the whole thing. Guess who else had deflated footballs?
Hey, Al, hang on 1 second. What's the
The
matter?
Colts. Okay. So,
Al, I may have to cut this short,
Okay.
I'm afraid.
no, that's fine. I appreciate it. Anyway, this is your website. Good stuff. And it's Apollo 1980 weeksite.com. And if you go to one of my Pro Strategy football videos, I'm going to throw it in the chat in a moment. And also check out his wonderful channel. You're going to be leaving us because you have to go.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
That's okay. Thank you very much. And we'll have you on soon with the other people from Pro Strategy
All right.
Football.
Hey, Al, thank you for having me. Thank you
you.
to
A lot of
everyone
fun.
who tuned in. Everyone have a good night.
So we're going to do this for a second. And we will take care, Mike.
All right, have a good night.
You too. So now, but anyway, all the seasons are really cool. Fun game, world's worst gamer. I for $20, and all the seasons are free and very easy to download. Now let's see Al fumble around with this. Okay, if I go like this, copy, go here, and this is the site, paste. Again, I'm not saying the Patriots are the most wonderful. Oh, that's not good. Let's unshare that. There we go. Now it's just me. You got me, folks. Anyway, so I'd like to thank Mike for coming on. We had a lot of fun with that. And now we will open it up to the chat for a few more minutes. I'd like to thank everyone who's still here. We had a good time. World's Worst Gamer likes to call the Patriots cheaters. I'm not saying they don't bend the rules. Everyone bends the rules. I'm just saying certain things that people bring up. The tuck rule was a stupid rule. I remember walking away thinking they fumbled. To me, it's a fumble, but they said his arm was in motion. Okay, it's a proper call of the rule, which was a stupid rule. So they lucked out there, but that makes up for 1976, the roughing the passer, which if you watch the video with Phil Villapiano, who was a linebacker for the Raiders, he laughed at the call because he said we did worse things in that game to one another and they didn't throw a flag. So, but that's that. And we're done with it when I say we're done with it. We're done with it. But, yeah, so that was fun to have Mike in the truck on. It was a quick little thing I wanted to do. I was watching Shark Week. They had a couple of good ones on tonight. I liked Shark Week. I do enjoy. I wonder if I do this. If I do this, does the banner come up? No. What if I do this? Does the banner come up? No. I want the shark banner to come up. How do I make the shark banner come up? What if I do this? No. Do that. No. Do this. No. Do that. No. No. Can't get the shark banner to come up. I want the shark banner to be behind me. Someone just put up on Facebook, the other day, someone actually filmed a great white shark at the Cape eating a seal. It was pretty cool. I would not go in that water. Nope. Cape Cod has turned into great white heaven. That's what happens. I would not have turned into that. JT says, I like the 53-man rosters, but understand difficult and accurate ratings. I used Fire Pro 98 to get my mid-90s players. I think the game is why I like the 53 depth chart adjustments when plagued with injuries. They're going to have 53-man rosters when they became 53-man rosters. But, yeah, I know what you're saying. Extra players if there are injuries. Robbie, Shark Week has been great. In truth, this is the first time I've watched it, and I've been. Oh, you gotta go back to the original Air Jaws ones, which I'll show. Those were awesome. The great white sharks breaching in South Africa. That was really cool. Really cool stuff. That is just amazing to watch this huge creature come out of the water and nail that target. And you're sitting there going, imagine if that was a seal. You are foobarred, my friend. Yeah. If you like sharks, play the goofy game called Man Eaters. There was a shark game I had on like the PlayStation 3 where you were a great white shark. I don't even know. Maybe it was Jaws. You swam around and you ate people and you ate other fish. It's kind of fun for a little while. Got monotonous. But yeah, no, I like Pro Strategy Football. Good game, solid game in my opinion. I like Strat Football. I like Action. Action PC has a sale for football, by the way. If you're not aware of it, everything football is on sale for Action PC. If you get the game, it comes with a couple of seasons, and then there's everything's on sale. So, but Dave Cook always has good sales. I like Second and 10, another fun football game. Yeah, Air Jaws was awesome. I loved Air Jaws. So it's just amazing to see. You know, when they used to say how we have 12 by 12 tiles in the kitchen, right? And as they would go to commercial, I'd go to the kitchen because I wanted. They go, this shark we saw was 15 feet and X amount wide, and I would sit there and I'd walk off the tiles in the kitchen, and I'm like, my God, that's scary to think what a 15-foot creature is who's like 2 foot wide, 3 foot wide. It's or whatever. It's mind-boggling how big they are. Yeah, it's and again, they had another video last year of a great white shark at the Cape, and it kind of like it's like within 4 or 5 feet of shore, and people are just watching it and filming it, and it goes then it disappears. You watch the dorsal fin go down, and then you see the water ripple towards the shore, and then it pops up and goes like that. And it just, you know, they go like, why are the great white sharks there? I remember when it was asked way back when. Well, the seals are there, and that's what they eat. You want to get rid of the great white sharks, you get rid of the seals. Thus, the great white sharks go away and find a food source elsewhere. JT, Action PC is just brutal on the wallet. Getting all those seasons. I try to add 3 or 4 seasons each time there's a sale. Only way to do it. Yeah, they have a lot of sales. That's the way. But I've gotten everything I wanted, you know, so I don't really go to their sales anymore. But they're good sales. When you can get seasons for under $10, and plus before when you're buying the new game, they used to give you a lot of seasons. He's cut back a bit on that. But Action PC is a good game. I wish they do a little something with the animation, with the football instead of the squares and stuff. At least give me maybe I could put helmets in or something. But it's a fun game. It's enjoyable. All the Action PC games are enjoyable. Golf is aggravating, but it's enjoyable. I also enjoyed the Brad Paisley one and William Shatner. Last year, I liked the Mike Tyson. If we're still, I got to catch up on the Shark Week. This was the only night I watched so far. I'm going to catch up over the weekend with some stuff. But last year they had Mike Tyson, and he actually fed the sharks. He did the thing where you put the shark in a trance. You start rubbing its nose. Don't think I'm nuts. Watch the videos, and the shark will just like go. They like their noses rubbed. You know, to them it's wow. It's orgasmic, I guess. They love it. So, but yeah, Mike Tyson was great. Shark Week last year. I recommend that one if you can see that one. A lot of fun. A cool thing on YouTube, which they did on the History Channel years ago, the 1917 shark attacks, 1917, the Jersey Shore, which is the basis for the book of Peter Benchley's Jaws. You can find that on YouTube. You can find that. It's a History Channel one. You want to get the History Channel one. I think it was the History Channel or Discovery. Very well done. I think there were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shark attacks in the span of a couple of days on the Jersey Shore. So they had someone from Jackass doing it too. I highly recommend the Mike Tyson one. It was awesome. That was last year, and you can probably find that. They'll probably re-show that at some point. So it was very, very well done. So what else is going on, folks? What else? As it is 1:20, we're going to go for 10 more minutes. I greatly appreciate everyone who spent some time with us. Again, this was Chat with Al. We talked a lot of movies out there. We talked about a lot of Star Wars and some other things, and a little bit of Loki, a little bit pro strategy football. If you don't know, that is Mike in the truck. Him and Lee create all the seasons, which are free on that website I've put in. Pro strategy football can be purchased on Steam for night. Actually, I think it's I don't know if it's still 15 something, but it's under $20 if it's still not on sale. And the new one comes out at some point in September, hopefully before the new football season. And I believe they'll have ratings to the best of their ability for the new football season. Just like you can get a projected, like for Action PC, you can get a projected upcoming season for football or baseball or basketball. Probably hockey too. I don't know. I don't play a lot of the hockey game, though it's fun. But what else is going on? Anyone doing any projects in the sports sim game world? Also, congratulations to Digital and to Dice, 100th episode today was uploaded. It's very good. I highly recommend that with Dave Gardner and Ron Juckett. Other than that, I'm pretty much done, folks. If you want to see more chats with Al, smack that like button. Leave some comments afterwards if you want to see more of these, as we'll try to get back to doing these once a week, once every 2 weeks. If it's maybe twice a week, one midweek, one at the end of the week. I don't know. People seem to enjoy this. We came on really late. I was very surprised. We still have an active chat with 11 people, but it did get up there at times. And we came on late. It was a last-minute thing. Again, I was playing Nurse Teresa and Jin. I won. I am the Jin champion for this weekend, and we were watching Shark Week, and I really got into Shark Week. So we watched from 8 till, what was it? I watched till about 10:30. Good stuff. So, I like Shark Week. I remember the one year they did like Shark Week politically correct. It was the worst Shark Week ever, got the worst ratings ever. When you watch Shark Week, you want to see great white sharks bite into things and jump out of the water. You want to also hear the scientific stuff about it. That's cool too. But they're predators. They're not your friends. They're predators. So don't try to portray them as, they're misunderstood. No, respect them. They're not misunderstood. They're predators. So that was the worst Shark Week. That was 7 years ago, 8 years. Horrible, horrible Shark Week. It's the only one I ever turned off. I'm like, who are these people? Where do they find these tree huggers? We're talking about sharks. Sharks are cool. I want to see them eat stuff. That's why I'm watching. I want to see them swim around. I don't want to hear that. They're sharks, they're your friends. Go hug them. I mean, they didn't say that, but it's Shark Week. You want to see the sharks hit fake targets, or maybe, they used to show sharks actually eating stuff. Now they've gotten away from that. I want to see our seal get whacked every once in a while, or a fish. The only time you ever see anything getting whacked are when they do the shark attack ones, and those are human beings. I don't really want to see human beings whacked, but recommend Shark Week. It's good time, good times. Up on the channel, on my channel. Yes, I agree with you. Sharks are a bit misunderstood, but they went full emo. You're correct. That was a horrible Shark Week. I'm not saying to go kill sharks. Not for that either. I'm saying they're predators. Let's be reasonable about this. I like shark. It's just interesting stuff. I remember the first one I saw, I was like, wow, this is great. Because when I was a kid, I'd go to the library and I'd grab all the books I could about sharks. They're fascinating, So anyway, coming up on the channel tomorrow, which is actually today, I think we're going to finish off our 4-bout card. I'm not going to spoil that if you want to watch it. We've done the War at Wembley using Glory Days Boxing, an excellent game. Card and dice boxing. We have a 4-fight event, a mega event, a boxing extravaganza. We've already played Tony Galento, and Henry Cooper, 10 rounds heavyweights. We've also played out and recorded. We went live with both these bouts. They're up on the channel on demand with Rocky Graziano and Randy Turpin. And upcoming, we have Primo Canera versus Anthony Joshua, 10 rounds heavyweights, and then 12 rounds for the vacant middleweight championship of the channel using Glory Days Boxing in my universe. Nino Benvenuti from Italy taking on Nigel Benn from England. Benvenuti got his title shot by upsetting Jake LaMotta at Madison Square Garden, a bout that was done offline. I wish I did that one online. It was a fun bout. A close decision that Benvenuti won. Nigel Benn, and these two bouts are on the channel, but there will be spoiler alerts now. He stopped Rocky Graziano, I think it was in the 10th in their first fight when Graziano was ahead by 3 points. So Ben really did need at least a knockdown, and he knocked him out in the 10th with a Hail Mary punch, but Ben was a big puncher. And then a controversial rematch where it was an early first-round stoppage. So that's how Ben got his title shot. The number one contender is Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He waits in the wings for the winner after maybe one selected defense, and then they'll have to face Hagler. Hagler beat Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, by decision. That's up on the channel. But again, I've just spoiled that. And that was from, I think that's from a few years back or a year back. It's a lot of fun stuff. Glory Days Boxing. Steeler Fan 1933. I remember one show from Shark Week about 15 years ago. They found oh my God, I remember that. The rotting whale carcass floating and the great white sharks feeding on it. The cameraman stood on top of it. Yes, that was crazy. I do remember that, Matt. Our good friend, Steeler Fan 1933. How goes, Steeler Fan 1933, how goes your card and dice Stratomatic college football season with all those great teams? Yeah, I remember that. That was insane. Yeah, that the cameraman was definitely nuts. That's what I'm talking about. Shark Week, though. That's what we want to see. It's Shark Week. I want to see sharks eating stuff. So that's what's coming up in the channel. We're also going to have some Pro Strategy Football 1982 this weekend. I have to fix that fun season I made. Again, when I first did it, it's the WFL, USFL, AAFC Challenge League, all non-NFL teams. I originally brought in 32 teams. I was just going to have them in one division. And I said, it'd be kind of cool to break them out into East, Central, and West. And then when I did that, I had to re-bring the teams in. And by accident, and I haven't simmed any of those games with these teams, they came in with fictional players and not correct ratings. And I fixed 2, and I have to fix 4 more. And I will. And once we do that, we're going to get back to that league because that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. As Steeler Fan says, I'm almost done with my 1986 replay. Oh, you have the whole season. Okay, I thought you had a great team set. And how is that going? Oh, here we go. As I said, it's a Steeler Fan 1933 card and dice Stratomatic college football, which they don't put out anymore. He says, I have 3.5 games left, and then I'll do rankings and play the 4 major bowls. Very cool. Very cool. Robbie Werper. The main fun I've seen in it this week is having people that, that's a new thing they've done from a few years ago, where they have people who never thought they would ever do so, go down and swim with these sharks. You got to watch the Mike Tyson one from last year. I think that's my favorite one of those. Shaq did it too last year. But Mike Tyson was awesome. It was really a lot of fun. That was some good stuff. That's been a more recent thing, Robbie, where they bring on people and they go, oh, we're going to swim with the sharks. I didn't see the William Shatner or the other one, so I'm going to have to check that out. Again, this was the first night I watched, and I got so into it. I was going to do this a little earlier. Dave Little didn't stream tonight. So I was going to wait to do this anyway, but I got so into Shark Week, I was enjoying it. And plus I was winning at cards. So, hey, Arnold Hunter's joined us. How you doing, my friend? He enjoys Glory Days Boxing. Highly recommend Glory Days Boxing. Fun card and dice game brought to you by our good friend Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. And can be purchased at sidelinestrategies.com. I have Title Bout 2 on the PC. Fun game. I enjoy that. And I have Title Bout Championship Boxing on the PC. All fun games. And again, play the games you like. I'm just telling you the games I like. I'm doing well, Arnold. I hope you are also. SteelFan 1933. In my 1986 replay, it comes out to about 35, 40 games. And those are all card and dice. You've played them out on tabletop. That's tremendous, my friend. That is tremendous. And then he says after he finishes his 1986 season for college football, Stratomatic card and dice, which, again, they don't produce anymore for college football. He'll get back to his Glory Days Boxing Federation, which is tremendous. Again, if you're interested in Glory Days Boxing, I say check out the Facebook page also. And again, go to one of my boxing videos. You don't have to watch it, but I provide links to Sideline Strategy if you're unfamiliar to find that link, where you can check out Glory Days Boxing. PDFs are very reasonably priced, as well as the cards. And the cards are beautiful, as I have my Primo Canera and Anthony Joshua cards ready. Very sturdy, beautiful cards. Okay. Also, I picked up the Pine Tar baseball. I gotta print them and cut them though. I got the PDFs because I have all this what's it called, card stock I want to use. I bought it and I'm going to use it now. I bought the new Great Teams 2 set. We had Kurt Berglund on. Was it Wednesday? I think we had him on Wednesday, and that was a fun chat. Pine Tar. That was all Pine Tar baseball. That's a fun game. But I want to do, before we go back to the tabletop, I want to finish my Glory Days Boxing off. Then we'll get back to some more Pine Tar baseball, some Stratomatic baseball on the tabletop. Sandy Koufax, we're going to pick another great pitcher for him to go up against. And I think with the Great Team Set 2, I'm very psyched about the all-star rookie teams. I'm not all-star rookie teams. Rookie of the Year teams that Kurt Berglund came up with. Great concept, and I'm very psyched. I think the first team I'm going to print up, it's not going to be a Red Sox team. It's going to be Bob Gibson and the 1968 Cardinals. That card is insane. 1.12 ERA. Insane. It's insane in strat. It's insane in everything. Bob Gibson was awesome. And I didn't mess it up this time with my dyslexia. I did not say 1-2-1. It's 1.12 ERA. I can't tell people enough. I'm a casual boxing fan at best, but Glory Days Boxing is the best card and dice sports sim I've ever played. Such a great game. Absolutely flows. And again, people ask, well, how does it compare to Title Bout? Title Bout. I have Title Bout. I still have it over there from the 80s. I like Glory Days Boxing better. I hate card flipping. I don't mind it on the PC because I ain't flipping the cards. I'm not a card flipper. And to me, Glory Days Boxing, to me, has a wonderful flow back and forth. Very easy to understand. If you like Title Bout, that's cool. That's a different game with a different game engine. Nothing wrong with it. I play it on the PC. It's a fun game. I love boxing games. I usually buy a lot of boxing games, but I'm so happy with Glory Days Boxing. And if you join the Facebook group page, he has Rocky fictional. He just put up Rocky Balboa, Clubber Lane, Drago, and Apollo Creed. I might do something with fights that didn't happen. Now, when I play Glory Days Boxing, and we're going to be ending this shortly, when I play Glory Days Boxing, I like to do matchups that never happened. The only matchups I've done that actually happened, and I have not recorded these. I did Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler, which was a fun fight. Which actually, they fought 4 times. all dirty fights. And I also did James Braddock versus Joe Louis. But normally I don't want to fight fights that actually happened. I know what really happened. I mean, some people you still want to see how the engine works and stuff. Engine works very good. I like to do what if stuff. And again, play the game and play the games you like, and play the games you like the way you want them. Yep. I had that. Hi, Spicer 007. Hopefully I said your name right. I still have it. You're gonna have to see me get up now, but it's over here. And I'm gonna show. We found this down in the cellar. Ooh, I gotta show you something real cool. Drop my card slicer. I have it right here. I'm not lying when I say I have Glory Days Boxing. Title bout. This is from 1982, I believe. And I pretty much have everything in it. So, yeah, and it's just too difficult to try to put on the channel. I don't have the right cameras. I found some cool football cards. Very cool football cards. Where are the ones I really want to show, though? We were cleaning up the cellar. And, of course, now I can't find the cool football cards. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, no, I like the game. I'm just saying I enjoy Glory Days Boxing because I like rolling the dice. To me, it's a very good game. It flows. Title bout's a wonderful game. Title bout's wonderful. And Nurse Teresa and I were mostly Nurse Teresa. She did a wonderful job. I just move stuff and she does the cleaning. But look at these cards I found. these are beautiful. What year? 1989. Scores. Were these tops or were these scores? I guess this is the name of the card, Scores. I forgot I even bought these things way back when. The new Title Bout 2 is available. But again, I recommend Glory Days Boxing. It's just a tremendous, tremendous game. But beautiful cards. I forgot I had these. That's Nate Odom's. But I found some even older cards. Let me find some Mike Tomczak. But just beautiful cards. And I have a lot of baseball cards too, but these are the ones we come across. I'm trying to find. They're just really. I remember when the NFL would not let them use the logos. This is my favorite team. These are the uniforms that Tampa Bay Buccaneers should be using. The creamsicles. Beautiful. Anyway. Oh, there's my man, my favorite football player. Steve Grogan, number 14. I wore number 14 in high school and I played football because of Steve Grogan. Also, I don't own many collectibles, but this is an autographed helmet from Steve Grogan. Cool. And my other helmet I have, Gale Sayers, Chicago Bears. Gale Sayers. Ooh, I got to dust that off. Gale Sayers. How do we do this here? There. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I don't buy many collectibles like that, but when I saw Steve Grogan and Gale Sayers, those were like, I want those. And again, I get collectibles because they make me happy to look at. But I found some really. There's my helmets. Don't fall. All right, that's good for now. I found some. They had these action cards. These were new. These are tops. This is when they started again showing. You could actually show the helmet logos, and then here's some baseball cards. This is a pretty cool card. What year is this? But I mean, it's Steve Carlton. They show you his rookie, and then 1983. So it's probably 84 cards. And this is for Ron Juckett. You know I don't like the Montreal Canadiens, but that's pretty cool. A team card. I don't collect, but this is kind of cool. I like this one just because the Atlanta Flames don't exist anymore. But that was kind of fun to find. And then if you ever collected baseball cards, everyone hated these cards. But this is football, but it's a checklist. It's a team checklist for football. Everyone, these are some of the most valuable cards because people never kept the checklists. Gail Goodrich. I thought this was when I saw it, but then I saw Lakers. I thought this was Pete Maravich. JoJo White of the Celtics. Cool. Again, I like these team cards. They're pretty fun. Roger Worley was a defensive back. I remember that for the Cardinals. And then the old football cards, you have to remember, you'll never see them with helmets, very rarely, because they couldn't show the logos. But here's a cool one. Danny White. That's for our good friend Carrie Batts, big Cowboy fans. Danny White. Drew Pearson. Another Danny White card. And 2 Harvey Martins. Anyway, these are Leroy Jordan. But here's a fun one. And I've Walt Garrison. Again, good football player. But these old basketball cards, look at the difference. I don't know what year is this? 19. Oh crap. I can't see that. Are these 1970s? I'm looking here. 75, 76. So this is a basketball card. Look at they did this 1 or 2 years. Look at the difference in size. And this is Curtis Perry. But I'm just saying, look at the difference in size of the cards. Oh shoot! I wanted to show you. I did one time. I showed you these other baseball cards. They're about the size of these basketball cards, and I don't know. They're over there somewhere. No one wants to see me in shorts anymore, walking over to go get those. But yeah. So I found these football, and I have more football cards that I found. Hopefully, but those were cool. Out of these, I have to tell you, my favorite one. Now I can't find it. Where's that? Atlanta Flames. I just liked it. I don't know. I always liked these uniforms. And Craig, the goalie for the U.S., and his first name escapes me now. He went to play for the Atlanta Flames out of the Olympics. I think they made the playoffs that year too. And then I actually do like this card. I like the action cards that they started to do. This is Topps. I'm pretty sure this is Topps. It doesn't say that, but I'm pretty sure it's Topps. And then I do like the team hockey card with the Montreal Canadiens. That's for Uncle Ron Juckett. Jim Craig. Thank you, Jim Craig. And I was very happy to see the Danny White card. And again, every once in a while, again, they've already, so by 1982, the NFL was allowing the card companies to use the logos because you can see the logos here. And then the only reason why you don't see Danny White, because it's a front shot. But I was happy to find that one. Again, these were cleaning I collected a lot of cards back in the day. Yes, I do. I have those. I have the old sticker books. All right, you're going to see me in shorts again. Where do I have those? I have them over here somewhere. Where'd I put them? I showed them one. Let me see if I can find those quick. Where are they? Rats. I don't know where I put them. They're over here somewhere. But I do have those old sticker books. They're very fun. Oh, now I have to find them. It's going to drive me nuts. Where do we put the old sticker books? I do have the old sticker books. Are they down at the bottom? Oh, I know where they are. I know where they are. I know where they are. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They're down here. They're down here. This is a real unorganized chat with Al. Ooh, these are cool. These are cool. Let's get these out for a second. Well, are they under here? I don't know. Nah, they're buried. They're buried. But I do have the old sticker books. I'll have to pull them out. Let's move this down here. All right. Riveting YouTube, isn't it? I don't even know if you guys can hear me anymore. Oh, yeah. Here they are. Here they are. Here they are. All right. Well, these aren't the sticker books, but I do have them. Here's some old baseball cards. Not mega old, but let's pull this one out. Ooh, Twins. The back's not that good, though. 1975 card, 1974 season. Cleveland Indians. This is, as I fumble it, Dave Garcia was the manager. Wow, is this writing little? 1981, so it's 1980 season. Do I have all the team cards up front? I don't know. I had some logic to why. Oh, Tony Armas. So, anyway, no one wants to see these cards. But I found these a while back. Ooh, this is an interesting card. I forgot I had this one. I didn't even know when I found this a few months back when we were cleaning stuff out. This is an Olympic card. Al Order was a great Olympian. That's pretty cool. Al Order. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know I had that one. All right, let me see if I can find the sticker books, and then we'll call it a stream. Sticker books. Oh, yes, I did find the sticker books. I found the sticker books. They're under here. I found them. These were really fun. These are the sticker books that Spies Your 007's talking about. And they were football. I don't think did they have baseball? Yes, they did have baseball. Okay, so let's do baseball first. I did better with baseball. Let's click that. So football. Oh, which one was the first one? I think this one with George Brett. So this was really cool. You got stickers, and you basically did what you do with stickers. And you put your little stickers in here. I never complete. So this is 1980. Mike Norris had a tremendous year in 80. 22 wins along with Tommy John. Steve Stone was, I think he was Cy Young for the Orioles. So you collected these. Let's see how many Red Sox I got. And, of course, for all you Indians fans, I got every Cleveland Indian. There we go. Let's see who the Indians are. Go-Go Joe Charbonneau, Rookie of the Year. Toby Hara, Rick Manning, Andre Thornton, Miguel DeLeon, Ron Hassey, Len Barker, and the human rain delay, Mike Hargrove. And you only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players per sticker. I'm trying to see. I finished the Twins. I like those Twins. I like the red caps over there. Whatever, the red caps. The Twins. The Twins always had decent hitters. Pitching, not so good. I was happy about getting all the Oakland A's because it was Billy Ball, and I was ecstatic about that. And this was probably one of the best outfields at the time. Ricky Henderson in left, Tony Armas in right, and Dwayne Murphy in center. Dave Revering at first, Jeff Newman catching, and then Mike Norris, Rick Lanford pitching. And Jeff Newman. Oh, Wayne Gross at third, Jeff Newman catcher and first baseman. And I haven't got this. I like this. This was the All-Stars. I didn't get a lot of those. And Lord knows I bought pack after pack. But it's kind of cool. All right, let's go to the Red Sox. I guarantee you I didn't get a lot of Red Sox. Because when I collected cards, I never got a lot of Red Sox. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, Mets. Again, this was a cool thing. It was a sticker album, something to go with your cards. Pittsburgh, I got all the Pirates. A couple of years removed. Well, no, 1 year removed from the World Series. Well, by the time they did this, 2 years removed. Okay, where are the Red Sox? Where is Boston? Chicago, because I went too far. Here are the Red Sox. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 Red Sox. Carney Lansford, Carlton Fisk, which would I think be his last year at the Red Sox. Freddie Lynn and Tony Perez. So. Anyway, those are the sticker books that Spicer 007. As he says, he loves the uniforms. Yeah, the Pirates uniforms are pretty cool. All right. The football ones are fun. Let's see if I fared better. Let's see. 82. What I liked about this was the logos on the back. I love the logos. Let's see if I did better. Ooh, I like that too. This was like the Hall of Fame thing in front. This is pretty cool. I got Willie Mays, Frank Robinson. Who did I miss out there? Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron. Oh, I would have liked to have got them. It's strange to see Reggie Smith as a Giant. It's just strange. I forgot. I did even worse with the Red Sox. 2 players, Jerry Remy and Mark Clear. Okay. That's even worse. I think I have 1 more baseball one. Nope. 2 baseball, 3 football. Again, with football, I used to try to draw these. It's a little dirty, but I love the helmets on the back. Love the helmets. Let's see how many Patriots I got. Again, it was I used to love collecting stuff. It just, let's see. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Ken Stabler with the Oilers. I actually could root for him with the Oilers, as I hate the Raiders. It's funny because I don't dislike many Raiders players. I just don't like the Raiders. I didn't do too bad. 1, 2, 3. I had 6 out of 8. Steve Nelson, Horace Ivory, Steve Grogan, Vegas Ferguson, John Smith the kicker, Mike Haynes. I missed John Hanna and Stanley Morgan. So I didn't do too bad for the Patriots. Anyway, those are fun. Those are the sticker books that Spicer 007 was talking about. And I want to show you a couple more things. And then, my God, it's almost 2 a.m. on the East Coast as I fumble along trying to put my things back on my feet. All right, these are cool. Okay, not these. Not really sports related, but I'm a big Three Stooges fan. I remember I used to get these at the old Abdow's. They had these pictures, and I love the Three Stooges. The only one I never found that I wanted was the boxing one. That's them playing football. This is like aluminum. Anyway, fun little things that I like to collect. And I can't find that other. I want to show you those big baseball cards. I have no clue where they are on that shelf. That's about it, folks. I don't know what else. Spicer says, yes, the Snake was my quarterback growing up. So he was a Raiders fan. It's okay. All right. Hope everyone enjoyed it. As again, Chats with Al. We never know where they go. It was a fun chat. I greatly appreciate everyone's time. Oh, your dad liked. I love the Three Stooges. And you can find a lot of. I mean, I have them on DVDs anyway, but you can find them on YouTube. The boxing one's hilarious. Punch Drunk. Just type in Three Stooges Punch Drunk on YouTube. The whole. I think it's like 15 minutes. If it's that, it's funny. And now I have to put these. I gotta put these football cards back. The other thing I found. There's one more thing. Not that you guys will even know, but where is it? I put it in here. This autograph, Sean O'Grady. Sean O'Grady. There's a championship fight at the Civic Center in my locality between Simon Brown and Luis Santana. And I went to any local fights. It was a USA Network. I think they were Thursday night fights then. Because I think they had moved from Tuesday night to Thursday night. But I met a ton of boxers. I met Marlon Starr and a lot of fun. I somehow bought a specialty set, which I don't even know why it's a specialty set. It's not even open. So I got that. But yeah. Anyway, just want to share a few things at the end. And put these cards back. And put these cards back. And I'm still wired. I'll probably play a game before I go to bed. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank World's Worst Gamer. Rico. Steeler fan. Well, I'm not going to go up to everyone. We said hello to everyone coming in. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Chat with Al. We'll be bringing these back on more of a regular occasion. I'm going to have some people on. And sometimes I'll be by myself. So take care, everyone. Health and happiness. Stay safe. Be smart. Treat people the way you want to be treated. God bless. I greatly appreciate your time. You know it's coming, folks. You know it's coming. What's coming? What's coming? You know it's coming. Peace. Love you all. Take care.